Field second start of the season on board the Attache Renegade, sponsored number 49 from Renegade, Quebec. That is Richard Tesser. Here they come off, 4 down the line. Green flag as we kick off another Saturday night of short track racing. It's not a Saturday night, it's a Wednesday night of short track racing action at the Big A. As they fly down the backstretch, look at Mueller going the outside. Mueller in the 19 powers around Mike Riel. Has to get on the binders to hang on to the car. He was pointed right towards the wall. Roger Labreche on board the number 100 shows the way. Mueller runs in the second spot. Working in third is Mike Riel. Here comes Leon Gagnon to his outside. Keep an eye on Mueller. Mueller in the 19 eyes the top of the racetrack. Gagnon goes around Riel for the third spot. It's still Roger Labreche showing the way. Labreche in the number 100 leads. Mueller in the 19. Looks to the top now, dives down to the inside along the backstretch. Mueller makes a pass into turn number 3. Mueller flies through on the inside, now pushes up the track, has to get on the binders. Labreche comes back after him on the outside. They race down the line, and at the line it was Mueller leading by about 5 feet. Labreche tries to come back after him on the outside, not going to have enough as Mueller pulls away down the backstretch. Labreche is running in the second spot. Leon Gagnon runs third. Mike Riel is fourth. Top 6 is where you need to be if you want to pick up handicap. Outside of that, if you're outside the top 6, you're going to be starting outside the top 12 in the feature event. And right now, in that 6th spot, it is Todd Stone, the defending track champion and 3-time winner, as they're 3 wide at the back of the pack racing for position. Richard Tesser moves underneath Craig Riel. Andy Lindemann got kicked up into the bunker in the middle of the backstretch, had to get the right side tires off the racing surface. Mueller with a big lead out front on board the number 19. He has the Mueller & Sons heavy-duty towing and recovering number 19 machine leading by about 20 car lengths over Roger Labreche. Running in third, it is Leon Gagnon in the 4th. Then it is George Foley in the 34th. 5th is now Todd Stone. And in that 6th spot, that's the final transfer spot for handicap. It's Mike Wells in the 76. The guy on the move right now is Richard Tesser. He started shotgun on the field. And Tesser on board the Attache Renegade number 49 is trying to chase down that 6th and final handicap spot. Jesse Mueller with a near full backstretch advantage over the 100 of Roger Labreche. This time out, 2 laps to go. 2 to go for Jesse Mueller. Labreche in that second spot. Craig Riel is taking the Verizon wireless machine back to the garage area. Battle on for third where it's wheel to wheel on the inside. George Foley, who he drifted up in 2. Leon Gagnon had to get on the binders, and that's going to cost him a spot. As now Todd Stone moves underneath with a white flag out. Gagnon back to the 5th position. The battle for 6th. Here comes Richard Tesser trying to get through on the inside. Couldn't do it. That's the best battle on the racetrack for that 6th and final transfer spot to handicap. Here comes your winner off turn number 4. It's going to be Jesse Mueller with a win. Roger Labreche is going to finish in the 2nd spot. 3rd is going to be George Foley. 4th goes to Todd Stone. 5th to Leon Gagnon. And down the line it is Richard Tesser by a wheel at the line. He gets that 6th and final. Number 28 from Morrisonville, the Trim's Home Installations machine for Bryant Trim. That's the field as they are set to run off of turn number 4 down the line, and there's the green flag. Pierre Berthiaume out front with the 1 Quebec. Max Vienne in the 25 pushes in 2. That opens up room for Chris Vernal to the inside. Vernal, the number 97, trying to come underneath the 25 of Vienne, who smokes up the right rear tire, trying to get grip off of turn number 4. He loses position and goes back to the 4th spot. As they race down the backstretch, it is Berthiaume in the 1. In the 2nd spot, it is Matt Woodruff. And 3rd, it is the 97 of Vernal. On the outside at the line, and the number 25, it was Max Vienne in the 4th spot, but he's going to give up 4th to the pistol Patrick Dupree. Dupree will go to 4th. And then it is the 25 of Vienne in the 5th spot. Running in 6th, Chris Gaye. 7th is Brian Trim. It is then Todd Ormsby in 8th. And at the back of the pack, this is a new car for Patrick Dupree that is being driven tonight by Mark Lamberton, who is from Morris Forks. Lamberton in the unnumbered black car. That is a brand new car for Dupree at the back of the pack. They had a brand new car that they debuted at the start of the season that they demolished up in turn number 1. Another car for the Dupree team that they are trying to shake down tonight. Mark Lamberton at the wheel. It is Berthiaume out front, wheel to wheel for the 2nd spot. Matt Woodruff's got the Liquor and Wine Warehouse double nickel in the 2nd position on the outside. Here comes Chris Vernal in the 97 looking down low on the inside into turn number 1. Woodruff in that 2nd position. The 97 trying to get bite down on the inside, moving underneath into turn number 3. Patrick Dupree is chasing them down as they battle for that 2nd spot. Dupree lurking in the 4th position and still not able to get underneath as Vernal with the number 97. 55 of Woodruff, who has been struggling at times this year, running pretty well in this qualifier. As I say that, he's about to lose the second spot to the 97 of Vernal. Vernal trying to get underneath, trying to finish the pass. This time down along the front stretch of the line, Vernal will have that second spot. Matt Woodruff is running in third. Fourth is Patrick Dupree. Fifth is Max Vienne. Sixth is Brian Trim. Remember, that is the final spot that will qualify for handicap. Right now, Trim in the 28 is in the 6th position. 7th is the 18 of Chris Kaye. Then it is Todd Ormsby and Mark Lamberton. 2 laps to go for leader Pierre Bertillon. Bertillon, who is out of Joliet, Quebec, driving the JM Racing sponsored 1, leading by about 20 car lengths over the M4 service is 97 of Chris Vernal. Now the white flag is out. Final lap in qualifications tonight for the Ernie's Discount Tools Dirt Car Modified. The 358s moving around the Big A, and it is the 1 Quebec of Pierre Bertillon who's going to take down the checkered flag in qualifier number 2. Jesse Mueller won the first qualifier. Pierre Bertillon takes home the second qualifier. Second will be Chris Vernal. Third is Matt Woodruff. Fourth, Patrick Dupree. Fifth is Max Vienne. Sixth is Bryant Trim. Seventh is the 18 of Chris Kaye. Eighth is Todd Ormsby in the 10, and then
he won the last event. That is Travis Bruno. Final car on the field, the 69 is Mike Finney. Here they come off the 4th turn. Green flag is out. Good jump for that 4 down on the inside. That's Keith Pelkey. Perhaps that number change worked for him. 3 wide down the middle of the field for third. In the middle, it's the 24 of Susie. Look out, a little bit of contact between LaFountain and Susie. No problem, though. Both cars able to right the ship, and they are still under green. Out front it is Keith Pelkey. Branham runs second. Third is Eric Sales. Here comes LaFountain on the move down on the inside. Almost 3 wide down the backstretch. Wise decision by Finney in that number 69 to back out of it down on the very bottom. Now LaFountain in that 20. Looks down to the inside once again. Sees room this time off of turn number 2, but it won't stick. Good run on the top of the track for Sales. Sales holds on to that number 3 spot. But LaFountain not going away, hanging right on the back bumper with Susie a close 5th. Travis Bruno in that number 33 looks to use the 3rd and 4th lanes. He pushes up bad in turn number 2 though. And off the pace is the 69 of Mike Finney. Finney takes that number 69 into the infield. And he is off the racing surface, so we will stay under green at the halfway point. Out front, it's still Keith Pelkey showing the way. That number change could be just what he wanted, as he's very dominant so far in qualifier number 1, 6 laps in. Jake Branham in the number 1, not really running into that lead, cutting down any of that disadvantage between he and the 4, but he's also got a very comfortable pocket back to the 47 of Eric Sales, who has been holding off the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. Popsicle sticks are out for Keith Pelkey, 1 to go. Top 5 qualify for this Sportsman Modified heat, and right now, the 24 of Chris Susie is the final car in qualifying position. White flag is out one more time around for the 4 of Keith Pelkey. Travis Bruno has been stuck at the back of the field. He really hasn't been able to get it to work for him on the top of the racetrack. Now a challenge for 3rd. Jamie LaFountain gets underneath Eric Sales, but Sales is still in a qualified spot. Here comes Keith Pelkey. He wins. Jake Branham 2nd. 3rd LaFountain. 4th to Sales. 5th and final qualifying spot goes to Chris Susie. 6th is Little Joe Daniels. 7 rows back on the inside. The 14 is John Mike Brissett. Outside John Mike, and the 98 is Rico Hernandez. The R7, Lonnie Rivers. 28, Eric Losier. 7 is Cody Abbott, and the 29 is Nick Haywood. Green flag is out. Senior Speed takes the advantage from the top of the racetrack. He races down the back stretches. Now they're side by side for the 2nd spot. The top lane is looking to go. Rico Hernandez and the 98 on the top. Looks to zoom by the 35 McGinley, but he gets on the binders as the wall came up pretty quickly. A couple of cars sideways off the 4th turn, perhaps getting into that fluid down on the very bottom of the racetrack where the water is seeping up in the bottom of turn number 4. Battle is on again for the 2nd spot. Hernandez up on the top, down on the bottom it's McGinley, although McGinley is able to hold him off down on the very bottom of the racetrack. Defending track champion and current point leader on the move, the Budweiser T&B Metals Warren Tire number 29, spit it out, is rolling on the top of the racetrack. He's bringing Lonnie Rivers with him as they part the number 14 of John Mike Brissett. Again, 5 qualifying this one as well. Right now, Nick Haywood has worked his way up into a qualified spot. Lonnie Rivers wants to get there too because that Freihofer's R7 has been hot as of late. It's a couple of weeks ago, but I'm sure that R7 wasn't touched much because Lonnie Rivers had that car pretty close to where he wanted to as he raced all the way back for a third place finish from the tail end of the field when we raced last June 15th. Now Nick Haywood in the 29 looks down to the inside. That 98 car, he takes that spot away. He's now fourth. Drop kicks the 98 back into the last qualified spot. Hernandez has to hang on now with Lonnie Rivers hard on the charge. Here comes Lonnie down to the inside. Lonnie in turn number 2 says, thank you very much. I'll take the inside lane in the final qualifying spot. Lonnie goes through to the 5th spot. 2 laps to go for Senior Speed. Senior Speed, very good out front. His car seems to be working pretty well. But here comes the 28 of Lossier. Lossier looks for the bid for the second place spot. He's going to take it off the 4th turn. 1 lap to go for Senior Speed. Brian McGinley says not so fast in that Wells Auto Repair 35. He fights back on the top of the racetrack. Now Nick Haywood's in the mix as well. 3 cars could finish second right here as they execute the final 2 quarters. Speedy Brissett's going to win it. Eric Lossier finishes second. Third's going to go to Brian McGinley. 4th, and Nick Haywood. 5th is Lonnie Rivers. He gets his handicap. Outside Clark, the 66 is Robert Foley. The 49 is Jason Ledoux. The 4 is Chris Levere. The 07 Austin LeGrave. And the 76 is Dennis Barco. Green flag is out, and the mini modifieds are on their way as they box it up a little bit in turn number 1. They're 3 wide as they race for the 3rd spot down the backstretch. Look at Tyson Drown get out of there. He says, I don't want to be any part of this. 4 wide now in turn number 3. Look out, Tyson, that's not going to go very well for you. He's able to sneak through there somehow. It's amazing how this division is able to do it. Week in and week out, 4 wide through turns 3 and 4. Unbelievable.
Of course, this division normally runs 15-lap feature event distances. Tonight, 20 laps the distance for the Busch Beer Mini Modified.
3 wide for the second spot in turn number 3. Look out, there goes Lavarnway. Nice job. Oh, no. He got a pass. And the 41 has looped it on the front stretch. Good save, though. A little bit of fluid kicked up on the track over in turn number 2. Josh Lavarnway says, you know what, I'm just going to get a little bit more dirty. That number 13 car, they'll wait for a bath.
Yeah, they're going to need the pressure washer tomorrow for the number 13 as well as the driver.
Out front, it's still Chad Collins. Collins' teammate just went for that mud race down through the infield. That's probably a good reason why he didn't want to spin out or cause a yellow, because his teammate is in the lead. Pete Blaney goes off the top of turn number 2. He is off in front of the G-Stone Motors billboard. That right now is where he sits off on the backstretch. Right now out front, it's still the 22 of Chad Collins. The 6 of Tyson Drown runs second, but here comes young Amber Turner. Yellow flag now comes out for that 22B car. Also, we've got a car parked down to the inside of turns 3 and 4.
Keep an eye on that number 54. That's a fast car, but he's been off the pace tonight.
All right, ready to go again. Collins and Drown. Here they come. Green flag is back out. From the top of the racetrack, Drown takes the early advantage, but Collins fights back. Look out, they're hooked as they push up 5 wide in turn number 2 as they pushed up the racetrack. And that just continues into turn number 3 where they're 3 wide. Dale O'Neill, what do you know? He's at the front of the field again. There goes the 79 of Jay LeGrave. As I mentioned, Dale O'Neill, he goes sliding up towards the top of the racetrack. He's going to come to a halt. And we are going to have a 6 is young Amber Turner. Great season she's been having so far.
You say that all the time. I'm starting to think her real name is Young.
Here they come off the 4th turn. Green flag is back out. Eric Rio with a good jump down on the inside. The inside lane moves. Here comes Josh Laporte in the 45B as he moves through down on the inside. And Tyson Drown looks to move on the inside lane as well. Chris Clark wants a piece through the middle. He's got to back out of it though in turn number 3 as he races side by side with Rob Clark. Off the 4th turn, they're side by side are Laporte and the 86 of Turner. Although Laporte takes the second spot away at the start-finish line. Here comes Rob Clark in the 14, forcing a 3 wide issue down the backstretch. Chris Clark's going to look to piggyback and follow through the middle. Although look out, here comes Amber Turner. She's gone around. Rob Clark punches her one more time. And we are going to have a yellow flag.
Eric Riel third in the points coming into this race, and Josh Laporte in fourth.
Here they go once again, another restart here. And Josh Laporte takes the advantage from the top of the racetrack, but Riel's car is pretty good down on the inside. He goes back and takes the lead for a minute, but then the progressive baking helps out the 45B of Laporte. Side by side they remain. Off the fourth turn, pushing up the racetrack a little bit is Laporte, and that gives Riel the lead. Chris Clark in the 77 comes through down on the inside. He takes away spot number 2 from Laporte. Tyson Drowns hanging in 4th. Right now 5th is Rob Sines in the 3. CJ LeVere is back to the 6th spot. Oh, there's the Tortoise off the top of turn number 2. Oh boy, look out. The 49 went around. Jason Ledoux and guest back Laporte in the black and green numbered 45B. Here they come. Off the 4th turn, green, flag is out. Side by side in turn number 1, but the bottom of the racetrack works again for Riel as he powers his way to the lead. They're 3 wide. Here comes Dirty Dale O'Neill again. Here comes Dirty Dale down to the inside of the 3 of Rob Sines. He's back up into the top 5.
Now that's the car that's putting on the biggest move.
Yeah.
He went all the way to the back, and he's coming back to the front.
Not the first time he's done that before.
3-time winner in that number 16.
Looking for 4 tonight. Out front, Riel remains. It's going to be tough to run down Riel right now, but I wouldn't put it past Dale O'Neill to do so. Right now, second, Chris Clark, side by side for the 3rd spot. The 6 of Tyson Drown, the 45B of Josh Laporte. That's a really good battle, as Laporte is able to inch him for the 3rd spot at the line. Three wide now, this time down the back stretch. Dale O'Neill in the 16 looks down to the inside, backs out of it. Wise decision going into turn number 3, as they're just at the halfway point right now. Ooh, a little bit of contact that time off the 4th turn between Tyson Drown and the 16 of Dale O'Neill. Let's see what Tyson's got to say about that as he looks to get back down to the inside. Can't do it that time off the 2nd turn. Tyson Drown in the 6, tries to look to the top of the racetrack. Nothing there. As now Dale O'Neill has his eyes set on the 3rd spot, currently being held by Josh Laporte. Chris LeVere back on the move in that number 4 car as he takes it up to the very top in turn number 1. Diamonds the corner and uses the progressive baking out of the corner. We'll see what he does here through turns 3 and 4. Runs a 2nd groove, up almost into the 3rd groove, and then follows down the front stretch behind Tyson Drown. But 1 and 2 is where he likes to pick cars off.
He also used the chrome horn on that last lap over in turn number 3. He let Tyson Drown know that he was right behind him.
You give him a little bit of a bump draft.
He sure did.
Well, out front is still the 02 of Eric Riel. The Tortoise was told to push down to the bottom of the racetrack, but he says, no, I'm just going to go back.
Time for a break.
Yep. So good for him. He's headed back to the garage area. He usually only lasts 13 laps anyway.
He did well.
He gets lapped twice, so he's had his fun for the night. Battle on now for the 3rd spot. Dale O'Neill side by side with the 45B of Laporte. Laporte trying to hang on the top. O'Neill trying to take it away on the bottom. Laporte's still there by a few inches. O'Neill tries to fight down on the bottom of the racetrack. It's 6 this time for him off the 2nd turn. Down the backstretch into turn number 3 they race. Laporte pulls even once again. It's O'Neill down on the bottom. A little bobble that time from O'Neill on the bottom. Laporte kind of checked up a little bit, hoping that he wasn't going to wash up the racetrack, and that allowed O'Neill to progress down on the bottom of the racetrack. Out front, it is still all Eric Riel and that number 02. The 77 of Chris Clark really hasn't cut into the lead much at all, as Eric Riel is in a good position right now to go on to victory tonight, barring a yellow flag or some kind of mechanical failure in that 02. He is in a pretty good position. Although that car seems to be struggling a little bit in turn number 2 as it pushes up the racetrack a little bit. He was running a very low groove earlier on, but it seems as though he's moved up to a 2nd and maybe 3rd groove with that 02 car. Running 3rd right now is Dale O'Neill. 4th is the 45B of Laporte. Tyson Drown holds down 5th. Chris LeVere is 6th. 7th is Jason Chris on his way back up through the field. 8th is Kane Favreau. 9th is Robert Foley, and rounding out the top 10 right now as Rob Clark as he tries to rally back through the field. Popsicle sticks are out for Eric Riel in the 0-2. Eric with just 2 more laps to go around to pick up the victory tonight.
The only way this lead might change is if we get a yellow flag as we approach the white flag, about to fly this time by for the leader Eric Riel.
White flag out one more time around for Eric Riel in that number 0-2. Riel, a driver that is certainly among the top in this division. Chris Clark trying to make it close though this time down the stretch. He's there.
Wow.
Into turn number 3. Was he sandbagging maybe? Holding it for the last lap? Here we go. We're going to have to see.
Drag race.
Here he comes down to the inside. Drag race for the win. Chris Clark on the inside.
How about that?
Eric Riel on the top finishes second, third to Dale O'Neill. Fourth is going to go to Josh Laporte. Fifth, Tyson Brown. Sixth, Jason Chris. Seventh is Kane Favreau. Eighth, Rob Clark. Ninth, Tim LaFountain. And 10th goes to Robert Foley.
A last turn, last lap pass.
Wow.
Chris becomes the 5th different winner in this division in 7 events. First win of the year for number 77. Eric Riel, tough luck, will have to settle in the 2nd spot with the 0-2. And Dale O'Neill, a 3-time winner, finishes in 3rd, although you see some of the fluid coming out of the 0-2. Might have had some mechanical issues down the stretch. Perhaps losing some power on that final lap. Allowed the 77 to close quickly and have the miraculous pass coming off of turn number 4 for his first win of the year. He's bringing the checkered flag back along the front stretch. Robbie is headed down trackside, and he...
All right, thank you very much. Awaiting Chris to jump out of his car. He's getting congratulations down here on victory lane. Looks like Eric Riel had a bit of an overheating problem. Well, he's unbuckled. Give him a nice round of applause. Chris Clark wins in the mini mods tonight. First win of the season for Chris.
Come on over.
Chris, nice job. Down the stretch, it didn't appear as though you were going to catch him, but in the end, you were able to. Were you surprised at the end that you were able to get as close as you did?
I was hoping to use that wet spot to my advantage and hoped if I put on for 10 laps, maybe on the last one he'd go a little harder. Seemed to work out for me, but I get a lot of help. My car is great. We started late. I couldn't ask for better. I got good help with Bob and Susan LaFountain and Russell Furr and his wife Nonna. They do everything for me. It's great. Good car builders. A lot of fun. Thanks.
You mentioned a couple of wet spots on the racetrack. How difficult, let the fans know, how difficult is it to race through those wet spots down on the very bottom?
Well, I'll tell you, it wasn't the same twice, excuse me. It was different every time I went through it, and the last time I figured I'd go a little deeper and had nothing to lose coming from the back, and here we are.
Well, congratulations on the first win of the year.
Thank you, sir.
That's Chris Clark. He wins. We'll get a word with Eric Riel.
Craig Riel. Mike and Craig racing father and sons in the field tonight. All right, we're ready to run 30 laps the distance tonight for the Ernie's Discount Tools Dirt Car Modifieds. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag is out. The field races off down the front stretch, working through turns 1 and 2. Down the back stretch, keep an eye on Mueller. Mueller wants to go 3 wide, going to turn number 3. Mueller down on the inside. The 97 of Vernold up top. He got on the binders as the 55, the double wiggle from Matt Woodruff was the meat in the sandwich, and that was an uncomfortable position to be in. Off of 2 and down the back stretch, it's Bertium out front. Second is Robrecht in the 100. And it is the 25 of Max Bien. 3 drivers out of the province of Quebec leading 1, 2, 3. As it's a Quebec top 3 right now, working into turns 1 and 2. Jesse Mueller runs in the 4th spot. The 97 of Vernold runs in 5th. 6th is already Todd Stone. 7th is Woodruff. 8th is George Foley in the 34. Stone in the 1X. Keep an eye on him. He's won 3 times. He's looking for 4 tonight. Wheel-to-wheel racing, middle of the field. Patrick Dupree down on the inside. Leon Gagnon working the rim of the 4. Dupree hustling down to the low line. Now pushes up off turn number 2. Perhaps he'll follow behind George Foley. Foley trying to sneak underneath the 55 of Matt Woodruff as they race for position just inside the top 10. Foley moves past Woodruff down on the inside. And now a battle looming for second. Roger Labreche in the 100. Max Vienne in the number 25. They're trying to chase down the 1 of Pierre Bertillon. Bertillon's got a huge lead already out front, looking for his first win of the year. It is Labreche in the 100, holding on to second in the line. Trying to get underneath is the 25 of Max Vienne. Problems for Todd Stone. Todd Stone, the G-Stone Motors machine, limping back towards the garage area, now parked at the top of turn number 2. Perhaps
have to
they've
speed.
got to hustle him along as he is rolling out of the garage area and just starting to make his way out towards turn number 2. Green flag is set to fly. Keep an eye on our chief starter, Butch Henry. Here they come off of turn number 4. Down the front stretch. Green flag is out. Bertio's build him on the restart. Here comes the 25 of Vienne trying to get underneath the 100 of Lebrecht. Oh, Vienne pushed in turn number 2, almost collected the 100. 100 almost skipped a wheel in turn 2. 3 wide, Mueller thinking 3 wide on the top of the racetrack. Vienne smokes up the right rear, trying to hang on to the inside line. He'll lose a position to 100 Lebrecht. He'll lose a position to 19 of Mueller. Mueller is on the move. Foley is coming after Vienne next. 3 wide off of 2. Foley in the 34 moves underneath the 25 of Vienne, going to turn 3. Now Mueller. Mueller sizing up the 100 on the outside. He'll peek towards the wall. Yellow flag. Yellow flag is out. Problems over in turns 3 and 4. Craig Riel with a CO2, damage on the left rear. Todd Stone has spun with the 1X. And then it's Bryant Trim in the 28 also involved. Stone is able to roll his car around. He'll keep that rolling at the rear. Those cars in the top 5, 6 complete, 24 laps remain. And the Ernie's Discount Tools Dirt Car Modifieds, here they come into turn number 4. Down the front stretch on the hammer. Green flag is out. Bertio pushed right up in front of the 100 of Lebrecht. That broke his momentum and allows him to escape down the backstretch. Lebrecht in the 100 running in that second spot. Jesse Mueller trying to size him up. Mueller to the inside, wheel to wheel for the second position. Mueller pushed up in turn number 4. Lebrecht will hold him off. Yellow flag. Yellow flag is out as there appear to be trouble towards the back of the pack. The field has to stay above that cone. That way we don't have 3 wide congestion going into turn number 1, which would create a mess. Here they come off the 4th turn. Green flag is out. Again, Bertio pulls away. Mueller trying to get underneath. Well, you're right. He's not sticking down on the inside. Mueller has power down on the front and back stretch, but when it comes to trying to make it stick down on the inside line, a little bit better that time, though, as he is able to get that second spot away from Roger Lebrecht, and now it's Jesse Mueller trying to chase down Pierre Bertillon. Mueller, no, there goes Woodruff. He darted up into turn number 2. May have had some contact with the 49. He pushed way up atop the second turn. Everybody was able to work past, but now Matty is just lipping around with a little lipping. Perhaps he will stay rolling, and we'll be able to stay under green. Lebrecht is in trouble with the 100. Lebrecht is coming to a halt. Atop turn number 2, Roger Lebrecht. He is going to come to a stop. This could be a good break for Matt Woodruff if it's just a tire. As Lebrecht rolls, come from deep in the field and from back of the pack to the front to win for the 4th time. A number of other drivers trying to deny that 4th victory tonight. Pierre Bertillon, Jesse Mueller, eyes to the front. Here they come off turn number 4. Down the line, green flag. Mueller on the outside. Bertillon is pinned down the low line. Here comes Mueller working the top of the racetrack. Down the backstretch, wheel to wheel for the lead. It's Bertillon on the inside line. Mueller draws even, now powers to the top of the racetrack, slides it through turn number 4. Down to the front stretch. Here is Jesse Mueller showing the way. Mueller takes the lead, looking for his first victory in 2013. Mueller in the 19 leading, pulling away from Pierre Bertillon. Here comes the 24 of Dupree. Dupree goes to the 4th spot. Leon Gagnon looking to move as well as Max Vienne. Oh, Richard Tesser goes around. Tesser in turn number 3 spins. It might have had some help as he got on the binders. And there was a car closing quickly right behind him, and that might have upside. Then it's Foley in the 34 and the 25 of Max Vienne. Ready to run, 9 down, 21 to go. Here they come into turn number 4 down the front stretch, and it's the green flag. Patrick Dupree in the 24 with a bobble coming along the front stretch. Todd Stone is able to move past with the G-Stone Motors 1X. Out front it's Mueller. Second is Bertillon. Third, Foley in the 34. Max Vienne running in the 4th spot. Leon Gagnon 5th. Gagnon drifts high in turn number 4. As Vienne got on the binders, that opens up running room for Todd Stone down on the inside. Here comes Todd Stone in the 1X, looking underneath Leon Gagnon off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Gagnon in the 4 now trying to size up the outside line as he tries to work around the 25 of Max Vienne. Gagnon's going to be able to do it. Vienne appears to be fighting the handle of that 25 machine. He's back to 5th. He's about to go back to 6th perhaps as Todd Stone looks outside. Now dives down to the inside line. Here comes Todd Stone after Max Vienne for the 5th spot. He's got it. Vienne now on the outside. Oh, he got roughed up a little bit as the 1X moved underneath on the inside line. And Vienne had the 24 Dupree right behind, and Dupree was not able to work past. Battle for second goes to George Foley. Foley has moved underneath the 1 of Bertillon. He goes to the 2nd spot. Pierre Bertillon now sitting back in 3rd with the JM Racing sponsored number 1. Jesse Mueller with a big lead out front, but George Foley is the new player in the 2nd spot. Foley with a half backstretch disadvantage. 13 laps complete. We're approaching the halfway point of this 30-lap feature event, so there's a lot of time for Foley to work. Foley will try to begin the pursuit of Jesse Mueller. They work down the backstretch. Mueller through turns 3 and 4. We'll check the lap times this time by of the top two runners. Mueller turning a lap time of 16.3, and for George Foley, a 16.15 for Foley. Foley smoking up that right rear tire, closing the gap. He was a tenth of a second quicker than Mueller that last lap. So George Foley is chasing down the leader, Jesse Mueller. They just passed the halfway point. He's got plenty of time and a number of laps to work with. Mueller is the leader. Foley running in second. Third is Pierre Bertillon. In the fourth spot, it is Leon Gagnon. Oh, we have problems over in the second turn. Richard Tesseur in the 49, the 76, and Mike Wells get together over in turn number 2. The radar, so things should be okay. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Ready to run again. 16 laps complete. Again, single file on the restart. It is Mueller in the 19, Foley in the 34. Here they come down the front. Green flag is out. Again, Mueller is looking for his first win of 2013. Foley in the 34 has one win this year. He'd like to pick up his second victory of the season. He has already followed some 5 car lengths off the back of Mueller. We'll see if perhaps although Foley really pushed that time badly in turn number 2, he lost about 4 car lengths to Mueller down the backstretch. There's a gaggle of cars racing for the 6th spot. Todd Stone, one of them, and he's moving spots. Stone is off the pace, moving past the end. The 97 of Bruno, the 3 of Lindemann, and Todd Stone right now limping around the racetrack. Mike Wells goes past, Richard Tesseur goes past, and this is a very unfamiliar position for Todd Stone. We don't very frequently see that 1X getting passed. In this case, just about everybody has moved past. Now Mike Rio gets past Stone in the 1X, and Stone is going to take that car back to the garage area, and he is going to perhaps go down a lap for the first time in a year and a half. Jesse Mueller with 10 laps remaining in the number 19. Mueller leading by half the backstretch. The 34 of George Foley is in the 2nd spot. Pierre Bertillon running in the 3rd position. Leon Gagnon is 4th. Patrick Dupree in the 5th spot. Mueller cruising with the number 19 as a comfortable lead out front. On that previous green flag run, it looked like Foley was cutting into the disadvantage, but he is not doing it now. Mueller is setting sail. Mueller turning a 0.2 of a second lap quicker that last lap compared to Foley in the number 34. We'll check the time this time. This time it was Foley that turned a quicker lap. Foley is about a 1/10 of a second quicker. So Mueller's car, is it starting to go away after the tires cooled a little bit? Does Foley have enough time? Does he have anything left to chase him down? Lap 23 goes up on the board. Again, that last lap, now it was Mueller turning the faster lap. So they go back and forth, turning the quicker lap times. That last lap it was Mueller, and you can see he has extended the lead. Mueller off of turn number 4, working down the front stretch. It's a good 15 to 20 car length advantage over George Foley. That time Foley was the quicker car. Bertillon running in the 3rd spot. Leon Gagnon trying to chase him down. Patrick Dupree is in the 5th position. 6th, it is the 97 of Chris Verdol. Max Bien, I'm not sure he's got much left on that right rear tire. He just really smoked it up over in turn number 2. Andy Lindemann is going to go past him for the 6th spot. And Max Bien will be back in 7th with the number 25. 8th is Richard Tesseur. 9th is Mike Wells. And Mike Riel rounds out the top 10. Just 10 cars running. Make that 11 cars running out on the racetrack. Mueller leading with the number 19. Inside 5 laps now. Lap number 27 about to go up on the board for the Mueller & Sons Heavy Duty Towing and Recovering number 19, Jesse Mueller. His lead continues to be about 15 car lengths over George Foley. Foley just a tick quicker that last lap. At that pace, he certainly is not going to have enough time to make a bid for the win tonight. Here comes Mueller off of turn number 4. Popsicle sticks are out. 2 laps to go for Jesse Mueller. 2 to go for Mueller, the number 19. Mueller works off 2 down the backstretch. He's running up on Mike Riel in the 02. Riel would be the last car on the lead lap. Here comes Mueller, the leader, with a white flag out. Jesse Mueller, the number 19, looking for his first win of 2013, and he's going to get it tonight. This would be his first win in a 358 as well here at Airborne. Mueller going to the outside of Mike Riel. That's not going to matter. Jesse Mueller takes home the checkered flag. First win of the year for Mueller. George Foley is second. Third to Pierre Bertillon. Leon Gagnon fourth. Pat Dupree fifth. Sixth to Chris Vernold. Seventh will be Andy Lindemann. Eighth, Richard Tesser. Ninth to Max Vienne. 10th to Mike Wells. And 11th will be Mike Riel in the 0-2. So it's win number one for...
Well, Rob is headed down track side. Jesse Mueller takes his victory lap around the Big A. Nice job by Jesse tonight to finish first place, his first 358 dirt car modified win here at the Big A. He's got a Sportsman modified win here at the Big A, but of course they run 602 crate engines. So first 358 small block dirt car modified.
Dunn's Heavy Duty Towing and Recovery, number 19. It's his first win of 2013 here at Airborne. Give him a nice round of applause, everybody. This is Jesse Mueller. Right here, Jesse Mueller. You're going to get familiar with this, I'm sure, real fast. Look, I thought in the qualifier you served notice the car really seemed to be hooked up. And then you had a good battle for a number of laps with Roger Lebreche in the feature, trying to work through on the inside line. You eventually were able to get to second, and then on the restart, talk about the restart where you took the lead away on the outside from the one Quebec of Pierre Bertillon.
Yeah, I had to kind of jump it a little bit because he had a wicked motor in that thing, so I just got on it early, and man, I was just sending it in there just as deep as it would go and got by him, and that's how I did it. That was the tactic.
I know you've won in a Sportsman modified here, but this is your first 358 victory, and this is something that you've been working towards. This has been a fast car for you really since the opening week. Talk about how you've been able to maintain the car, and obviously you deal with a number of changes with this track, but you and the crew have really been able to find a pretty fast race car throughout.
Yeah, we work really hard at it. We never stop. We're out there every night. And want to be here for my dad with Mueller and Sons, and Freihofer's, Eric and Sherry Laundry sponsored me. This is great. Glad to be here. I can't wait to be back.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you just graduated from high school, did you not?
Yeah, about a week and a half ago. Yeah.
So graduating from high school, I know you've run well at another track as well, and getting the victory here tonight at Airborne. Nice job.
Yeah, this is the third win in a row, and it ain't the end.
Congratulations, Jesse Mueller, everybody. He's from Olmstedville, New York. Mueller gets his first victory in a 358 here at Airborne. More the 357, and the 5 of Mark Caron will set the pace as they are on a slow pace to turn number 4. Now here they come down the front stretch to the stripe. It's the green flag. And we're racing 30-lap feature in the distance tonight for the PRD Trailer Sales Renegades. It's Curtis Seymour in the 357 on the inside. He'll push up in 2, but that's okay because he had cleared Mark Caron. How about 3 wide on the first lap going to turn number 3? Tyler Terry wants to run. Joe Warren in the 13, who has had a tough season to start, to date at least for that 13. He's looking for the lead down the front stretch. 3 wide, racing in the top 10. Lance Raptoy is right up by the wall. Continues to run 3 wide. Gordon down on the inside. The 70 McClatchy in the middle as it is door-to-door for the lead. Curtis Seymour in the 357 on the outside. Joe Warren in car number 13 down on the inside as they race for the lead down on the stripe. It is the 13 of Joe Warren who's going to have the lead. They're almost touched, getting together going to turn number 1. Warren still on the inside. Here comes Tyler Terry in the number 44, trying to get underneath the 357 for second. Side-by-side racing almost right back through the field. Joe Warren in the 13 pushed high into 3 and 4. There is room down on the inside, but can the 44 get there? Not yet. The 13 of Joe Warren shows the way. 44, Tyler Terry running in second. 357, Curtis Seymour is third. Here comes the 28 of Ryan Boone, who picked up his first career victory back on the 15th of June. He's trying to get to that third spot, moving to the inside of the 357. Here comes Booten through on the inside. Jason McClatchy trying to go with him. McClatchy maybe 3 wide. No, Booten has that line down low. Out front is the 13 of Joe Warren. The 44 of Tyler Terry has the second spot. Third is Booten. Fourth, here comes McClatchy. Now Terry bidding for the lead. He gets the nose underneath. As the 44N of Nolan spins over in 1 and 2. He keeps it rolling, though. We'll stay under green. Eyes to the front. It's a race for the lead. Down to the stripe. It's still Joe Warren on the outside. The 44 of Tyler Terry was there on the inside. Nolan gets it rolling again. The leaders are going to be approaching that car. Oh, this could get interesting. You can see metal come flying off the 44 end. Terry hit it. Joe Warren might have hit it. They go spinning right in front of the field. Here they come, and everybody misses Joe Warren. Something went flying off the 44 end as he came out of the infield. Also won a number of times in the past here at Airborne in the Renegade division. So you've got some good cars that are making their way to the front. Here they come into turn number 4, working along the front stretch, and there's the green flag. Tyler Terry from the outside line with a good restart. 3 wide racing. Josh Terry wants to work the rim off of turn number 2. Josh Terry in the 43 as Tyler Terry takes the lead. Jason McClatchy goes to second. The 13 of Joe Warren slowing. They're 3 wide. A little bumper tag between turns 3 and 4. Still 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. Joe Warren, look out! Robert Gordon, Josh Terry sliding in the infield. Collects the 17 of Richie Turner. Slams into the tire up into turn number 1. It's going to bring out a yellow flag. Josh Terry in the 43, that car appears to be a mess as they slammed one of the inside tire barriers. The 17 of Richie Turner was the point leader in the division. He was also involved. It was 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. Robert Gordon in the H2O was able to 13. He'd like to get win number 1 tonight. All right, ready to run again. 6 laps down. 24 laps remain. Renegades. Here they come along the front stretch. Green flag. They work into turns 1 and 2, side-by-side racing for the lead. McClatchy on top. That's the preferred line for this division. Typically, they want to be on the top of the racetrack. That they like to take the cars right up towards the wall. But it's Tyler Terry. Oh, he pushes a little bit up towards the wall off of turn number 4, but he had cleared McClatchy, and he's going to lead it. McClatchy was not able to build up momentum working off the top of the second turn. And now he'll look to the inside. Meanwhile, Joe Warren hanging on to that third spot. He's got the 28 of Ryan Booten at his door. Warren is able to clear him in third. He's working a middle to top line around the racetrack. Rob Gordon wants to run with the H2O to the outside of the Booten 28. Leader out front is Tyler Terry. Jason McClatchy diving down to the inside in turn number 2. That maneuver cost him a car length down the backstretch. Tyler Terry pulls away. Good battle for the 4th spot. It's Booten in the 28, Gordon in the H2O. Slot car racing back and forth. They trade the position through 3 and 4, and at the line it's Gordon on the outside who had the 4th spot. Back in 5th, it's car number 28, Ryan Booten. As the field races down the backstretch, Don Franklin runs in 6th. 7th is Rob Favreau with a double deuce. Running in 8th, here comes Lance Raptoy looking to the inside of the 357 of Curtis Seymour. Lance Raptoy is going to the 8th spot. 9th is Seymour with a 357, and Josh LeClaire rounds out the top 10 with the number 7. Jason McClatchy in car 70, still pinned down to the inside line. It was a much better run that time for him off of turn number 2. He didn't lose any ground to the 44 of Tyler Terry, and here he comes after him on the inside in turn number 4. Almost drawing even. Now down the front stretch is still Tyler Terry in the lead. Tyler Terry working the top in 1 and 2. Jason McClatchy bottom feeding in the 70. The progressive banking kicks in for that 44 car of Tyler Terry, who pulls away going to 3 and 4. He'll drive it deep into the third turn, maintaining the lead. McClatchy continues to work down on the inside line. Tyler Terry still the leader. Jason McClatchy about a half car length off on the inside. Then it's Joe Warren still sitting in third. Battle for 4th between Rob Gordon in the H2O and Ryan Booten in the number 28. Eyes to the front where it's the 70 of McClatchy still on the inside. Even, and oh, look at the bobble. The 70 kicked out the rear end a little bit going to turn number 4. As they race down the line, it's not going to cost him just about dead even. Might have been McClatchy by just a hair down the inside. The scoring monitor says it was Tyler Terry as they turn near identical lap times. Tyler Terry on the outside line. Jason McClatchy on the inside. Side by side racing for the lead. McClatchy and Tyler Terry. Who's going to lead this lap as they come down the line? This time it looked like the 44 of Tyler Terry, and it was on the outside by inches. Turning just about identical lap times that last lap. There's the yellow flag out. Slow car on the front stretch. That's Richie Turner to 17. Turner has the left. All right, the Renegades almost halfway home. 14 laps complete. Side-by-side racing for the lead, the last 3 laps. Let's see if they get right back after it again. Here they come down the line. Green flag. They change spots now. It is McClatchy on the outside, rather. Tyler Terry on the inside. Now we've seen Tyler Terry. The inside line is not where he likes to be. He likes the top of the racetrack. He's on the inside. He's trying to clear McClatchy. Oh, look at a slingshot move down to the inside. Here comes McClatchy to the inside for the lead. Oh, they traded spots coming into turn number 4. As the 70 of McClatchy went down to the inside, the 44 of Terry went to the outside, and it was still Tyler Terry hanging on by inches. Side by side, racing continues out front. McClatchy bottom feeding. The 44 rim riding on the outside down the line. McClatchy's the leader this time. Jason McClatchy takes the lead. Richie Turner has rejoined at the rear of the field. Let's set the field for you. McClatchy leading. Tyler Terry second. Rob Gordon, don't count him out. He's in the mix. He's just a half car length off the 2 leaders. Running in fourth is Joe Warren, one of his best runs of the year. Ryan Booten rounds out the top 5. Big Daddy Don Franklin is in the 6th spot. 7th is Andrew Bordeaux. 8th on the inside is Lance Raptoy coming after the 7th spot. Then you've got the 7 of Josh LeClaire. Rob Favreau rounds out the top 10. McClatchy pulling away from the battle that is now for second. Rob Gordon on the inside line. He's got the H2O well drilling car in the 2nd spot down on the inside. He's got it away from Tyler Terry. Tyler Terry working the top of the racetrack, but that car seems to be going away a little bit. There's also a good battle going on for the 4th spot between Ryan Booten in the 28 and the 13 of Joe Warren. The battle for second continues. Jason McClatchy dirt tracking off turn number 4. The rear end kicking out on the 70, but he is able to pick up ground on that battle for second place. They're duking it out for second. McClatchy, that's fine with him. He's trying to check out. He's built up a 6-car length advantage over the H2O. Rob Gordon has been running in the 2nd spot, but he can't shake the 44 of Tyler Terry and run the line that he wants to all around the track. Rob Gordon in the H2O, Tyler Terry in the 44 still at his door on the outside line. Gordon pushes up that time at turn number 2. The 44 of Tyler Terry had to get on the binders. Excuse me. As now he comes back after him in turns 3 and 4, but I think Rob Gordon's going to be able to clear him along the front stretch, and he will. Now he can take it wherever he wants to. Rob Gordon with the H2O car. We've seen him in the past like to really work the top line around the track. Let's see if he can chase down Jason McClatchy now that he has cleared Tyler Terry in the 44. McClatchy is looking for his 2nd win. The H2O of Gordon is looking for his 1st win of 2013. And the 44 of Tyler Terry fading. He's now back in 3rd. The yellow flag is out. We got problems on the front stretch. Don Franklin appeared to slam the wall, and then his car burst into flames along the front stretch. Fire underneath the 69 of Don Franklin. Donnie Franklin, car number 69. That's the subway car. There's a fire underneath the vehicle. Franklin in the number 69 trying to get out of that race car. The red flag is out. Emergency and safety personnel quickly over to the 69. Don Franklin is trying to get out of that race car. Donnie Franklin is out of the car. He is able to walk away from the 69. He hit the wall coming off of turn number 4. And a nice job by the Airborne safety personnel as well as they quickly get over to extinguish the flames. That has set the pace. The Renegades 21 down, pick up the pace coming in at turn number 4. Here they come along the front stretch down the line. It's a green flag. Good restart for McClatchy down on the inside. Let's see if Gordon can get that H2O well drilling car to go on the top. Sure can. He pulls even in the middle of the backstretch, sticks the nose out in front, going to 3. Has to get on the binders early though. McClatchy drives it deep into the turn, takes the lead back. Bobble on the 70. Here comes the H2O on the outside. McClatchy hanging on the lead. Boy, Gordon had to get on the binders a little bit. That 70 car pushed up the racetrack. Now Gordon running on towards the back bumper in 1 and 2. But it's McClatchy showing the way. Robert Gordon is a half car length off the back bumper of the leader, Jason McClatchy. That's the 44 of Tyler Terry. Boy, McClatchy is fighting it, Rob, in turn number 4. That car is pushing again in the 4th turn. Gordon might be eyeing the inside line. He's typically a guy who likes to work the top of the track, but if he can get it to stick down low, McClatchy's car is pushing in the 4th turn. Let's watch what happens this time in turn number 4. McClatchy trying to hang on to it. Maybe a little slower that time through 4. Again, pushes up high. Gordon can't get there. Good speed that time maintained by McClatchy off the 4th turn and down the front stretch. Jason McClatchy shows the way. Robert Gordon runs in 2nd. It's a car length. Then it's the 44 of Tyler Terry. Now the 28 of Ryan Booten is on the outside. He's been on the outside, going after Tyler Terry, who is down low. Ryan Booten trying to get to the top 3. Tyler Terry trying to hold him off. Running in 5th, it's Joe Warren in the 13. Lance Raptoy is 6th. 7th, Josh LeClaire in car number 7. Andrew Bordeaux has the 08 in the 8th spot. 9th is Rob Favreau. And rounding out the top 10, how about Richie Turner into the top 10 in the 17, trying to salvage the point night. I believe he's still on the lead lap. So it's Jason McClatchy in car 70. The H2O of Robert Gordon, 26 laps complete. Winding down. If Gordon has a car to play, it is now time to throw it on the table. Jason McClatchy's been able to hold him off, and he is really hanging on off turn 4, right up towards the wall that time. Gordon closes in 1 and 2. 27 on the board, 3 to go. Gordon is just off the back bumper. But McClatchy really seems to be hooked pretty well off of turn 2. It's 4 that he is wrestling with. In 3 and 4, Robert Gordon again closes. McClatchy dirt tracking off 4. Down the front stretch they touch. Gordon sideways now going to turn number 1. McClatchy used every inch of real estate on the front stretch coming off of 4. 2, he's good. Smooth off of turn number 2. Maintains the lead going to 3 and 4. Here is where it gets really freaky for the 70 car. That time it's much smoother off the turn. White flag is out, 1 to go for McClatchy. Can he hold him off? Jason McClatchy down on the inside. Off of turn number 2, trying to build a lead. Gordon goes to the top of the track. Oh, he gets away. It's 2.5 car lengths down. Good exit of the turn for McClatchy. Into 3 and 4. Final set of turns. Here he comes down the front stretch. McClatchy is sideways, but Gordon's out of time. Jason McClatchy wins. Robert Gordon is second. Tyler Terry is third. Fourth, Ryan Booton. Fifth to Joe Warren. Sixth, Lance Raptoy. Seventh goes to Josh Leclerc. Eighth to Andrew Bordeaux. Ninth, I believe, was Richie Turner in the 17.
But Jay McClatchy's out of his car right now. Give him a nice round of applause. Another win for Jay. And Rob is trackside trying to run down to Jay.
All right, here is Jason McClatchy. Well, turn 2, this car was really good. Turn 4, this car was very evil.
It was pretty good in the beginning of the race, but I don't know. It seems like there's more water coming out of the racetrack down there. Other than that, the car was pretty good. I got so many people to thank. I've had a lot of bad luck the last couple weeks. S&L Trucking came on. The third week of the year, we wrecked the car bad, and he come on and helped me out. Steve St. Clair and my Uncle Kirk, Nicole, they helped me a lot. My mom, my dad, my wife, Rachel, all my crew, all these sponsors, these guys helped me out so much.
Tell us about the battle with Rob. Looked like a pretty good battle. Maybe a bump here and there a couple of times, but he's a pretty good competitor also.
The car got really bad, and I just apologize to him for that, but it's been a while since I've been here, and I was ready for another one, so we plan on coming back more often.
Win number 2, enjoy it. Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so Jason McClatchy gets his second victory.
Rob, did you hear if he's actually messed up or? Oh, is he all right? Or?
Here they come, everybody. If you would please have a nice round of applause for Dr. Joe Klaus and his crew. Number of years that they've been doing this now at the Airborne Speedway, and we appreciate their efforts.
All right, so it's Pelkey and McGinley, front row. Here they come. Pelkey gets on it pretty early. Green, flag is out. Keith Pelkey, good start down on the inside. Eric Lossier took that 28 from the bottom way up to the top. He started at the bottom and now he works his way up to the top of the racetrack. Ryan McGinley holding on to that second spot. They box it up a little bit mid-pack, but everybody stays going without a problem. Here's Eric Sales now in the 47, looks to go down to the inside, no room. Side by side are Nick Haywood in the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. They race for the 8th spot. LaFountain gives the spot away down on the inside as Haywood's flying on the top. He goes around LaFountain in the R7 of Lonnie Rivers in just half a lap. He is absolutely cooking in that number 29 as he gets around the 24 of Susie. John Mike Brissett's headed back pit side. Problems on that number 14. He's not going to make it all the way, though, as the yellow flag is going to come out. Yellow Pelkey in the 4. McGinley in the 35. Here they come. Gets on it pretty early again. Green. Flag is back out. Pelkey again from the inside. Takes that advantage away. Side by side right now are the 29 and the 03. Nick Haywood is flying on the top of the racetrack. Look out as they go flying over towards the G-Stone Commercial Division billboard. We have a yellow flag. Here we go. Green. Flag is back out for the Sportsman Modified. Keith Pelkey with a good jump from down on the bottom. Moving through down. Oh, Jesus. Oh boy. Around in turn number 2 is the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. Keith Pelkey, Brian McGinley, again. Here they come, again. Off of turn number 4. Green flag is out, again. It's Keith Pelkey taking a good advantage once again in that number 4 car. The 35 of Brian McGinley tries to hang, can't do it. Here comes the 47, and look at the one of Jake Branham out of the cannon. Jake Branham from about 5th to 2nd. Make that 4th to 2nd on that one lap. Eric Sales hanging with 2 down on the bottom. Look at Lonnie Rivers in the R7. He says, I'm going to get going. I got plenty of time, but I got to go now. R7 looks down to the inside of the 47. Now hole closes. Eric Sales shuts the door in turn number 3. Hangs on to the 3 spot, but here comes Lonnie Rivers down through on the inside. Nope. Sales shuts the door once again, going into 1. Drifts up the track a little bit, does the 47. Here comes Lonnie Rivers, going to complete the pass for good this time. Lonnie Rivers to the 3 spot. But look who's checking out front. The 4 of Keith Pelkey, running away out front.
Just turned the fastest lap of the race, 17.1 seconds. Jake Branham behind him in the 2nd spot, 17.3. So he's 0.2 of a second slower than Pelkey with that number 4.
That's good news for Keith Pelkey.
That's good news for the number 4 on the side.
Yeah.
Once he wins, he'll keep it.
Jake Branham runs 2nd. Lonnie Rivers is 3rd. 4th is Eric Sales. 5th, Brian McGinley. 6th is Rico Hernandez. 7th, Travis Bruno. 8th is Senior Speed. 9th, Mike Finney. 10th is Little Joe Daniels.
A new fast lap for the race, just turned by Lonnie Rivers.
Rick Donor 11th, and 12th is Jamie LaFountain. What's Lonnie got for a time?
Lonnie Rivers now the fastest car out on the racetrack, and I'll tell you what, the lap time for the 4 of Pelkey actually slower than Jake Branham's lap time. Lonnie Rivers 0.3 of a second faster than Jake Branham.
Fastest lap time and shortest driver in the division.
And he's got 22 laps to work with, or make that regular distance, 17 laps to work with. So he's got time, particularly if a yellow flag comes out. He'll be right there.
Although he's got to get around the Huntley chucking number 1 of Jake Branham first. He's been there for the last couple of laps, but he hasn't been able to find a way by. This time down the front stretch, it's about a car length and a half disadvantage for Lonnie Rivers. A little bump between the 38 and 03. Fortunately for our sake, both those cars were able to keep going.
Yeah.
Back out in front, guess who it is? It's Keith Pelkey in that number 4 car. He is showing the way, still pretty comfortable out front. It doesn't appear as though the 1 is able to cut into that disadvantage that he has. And Lonnie Rivers really not doing much to cut into the disadvantage that he has on the 1.
No, he can't get around Jake Branham. He closed right onto the back bumper of Jake Branham,
But nothing around.
his lap times are right with Jake's now. And when he had some open track in front of him, he was turning lap times that were 0.3 of a second faster than anybody else.
Here goes Travis Bruno down to the inside of Eric Sales. He takes away spot number 4 off of turn number 4. And kicks Sales back to the 5 spot. Dirt tracking it, and the number 38 is Mike Finney. Finney runs down to the inside of the 03 of Senior Speed. Now looks down to the inside of the 98. And it's Rico Hernandez. Halfway, popsicle sticks are out for the 4 of Keith Pelkey. Meanwhile, the best battle on the track right now is between the 38 and the 98. That is for position number 7. A little bobble that time down on the inside for Finney. That allows Hernandez to pull away on the top of the racetrack. And Finney goes right back into chase mode down on the inside. Perhaps Finney wants to get that 38 car up on the top of the racetrack. He does so in turn number 1. And now he's going to slingshot down to the bottom as the 98 of Hernandez drifted up the track. Here comes Senior Speed right on the back bumper. Senior Speed on the back bumper of the 38. The 38's moving through down on the inside. Speedy trying to cling on to the back bumper. Can't do so. Speedy goes up to the top of the racetrack. Finney stays down on the bottom. Finney, no grip in turn number 1, nor in turn number 2. And Senior Speed's backed off a car length here this time down on the bottom. Finney has a pretty good look, kicks that car sideways off the 4th turn, but still holding him off is that 98 of Rico Hernandez. Meanwhile, looking back out front, it's still the 4 of Keith Pelkey. Running second, Jake Branham still holding off Lonnie Rivers, but it seems as though Lonnie has been trying to find a way by the last couple of laps. Gets right on his back bumper now in turn number 2. Jake Branham holds him off. Drawing ever so close is that 33 of Travis Bruno. Bruno right now about 2 car lengths off the back bumper of Lonnie Rivers, and he's flying.
Well, the problem, I think, for Lonnie is that he just wants to stay down on the inside. If he's going to get around Jake Branham, he's got to go up top.
And right. And right now it seems as though he's waiting for a bobble or a mishap with that number 1 car.
Jake wants to run the bottom. Lonnie wants to run the bottom.
But Lonnie doesn't know who's coming.
If Travis Bruno goes to the top of the racetrack, he'll get both of them.
Trust me, Travis will go to the top of the racetrack. He's not afraid to do so. Little bobble that time by the 1.
Branham certainly knows that Lonnie Rivers is there.
Yeah, because Lonnie's giving him a couple of taps.
He's
on the
let him know.
bumper.
Yeah.
Lonnie looks down to the inside. Nope, still can't do it. Here's Travis Bruno now. Throw him into the mix. Lonnie Rivers again punts him down on the inside. And here comes Travis Bruno. Bruno in the number 33 looks down on the inside of Lonnie Rivers. Little bump right there as Lonnie Rivers shuts the door. And again, can't get there down on the bottom of the racetrack. We'll see what he does this time down on the inside. Can't get there, a little wiggle that time for the R7. Travis Bruno now in the 33 tries to find a way by. If he goes high, he might have a chance. Travis looks to the top. Now he's going to slingshot down to the bottom, and really no room there as Lonnie Rivers is bottom feeding in that R7, sticking down to the bottom of the racetrack. Lonnie Rivers now with a peek down to the inside. He's got room down to the inside of Jake Branham.
These guys could all wreck.
They race down into turn number 3. And Lonnie Rivers has to back out of it deep into turn number 3. Travis Bruno able to get around him, and now he's got his eyes set on the 2nd spot. Currently being held by Jake Branham in that number 1, but Lonnie has tailed off since he had to lock him up over in turn number 3.
Why did Travis Bruno, why was he able to get around Lonnie Rivers?
Because Lonnie Rivers forced it down on the bottom.
He went to the top of the track. Lonnie has just followed down on the inside.
Half a lap remains for that number 4 car.
First career win
of Keith Pelkey. It's going to be his first career win, this time off the 4th turn. Travis Bruno looks to get around Jake Branham, and he might do it. Here's your winner, Keith Pelkey. Drag race off the 4th turn. It's going to go to Jake Branham. Travis Bruno 3rd rather. Fourth is going to go to Lonnie Rivers. Fifth will be Eric Sales. Sixth, Brian McGinley. Seventh, Rico Hernandez.
A touch coming down the line. Jake was able to hang on to second by a couple of feet. And finishing in third was Travis Bruno in car number 33. Travis made a good move to get to the outside of Lonnie Rivers. That put him in third and almost had the second spot at the line. But Keith Pelkey takes the 4-car around the racetrack, enjoying his victory lap. Still one feature event to be run, 30 laps tonight for the limited late models. And that'll be the final event of the evening. I want to thank all of you fans that have hung around through the lengthy delays. Appreciate Keith Pelkey. Go ahead, Rob.
All right, thank you very much. Keith is inside the car receiving much congratulations on the first career win. He's about to get out of the car here in a second. Give him a nice round of applause. Here he is, Keith Pelkey, in the new number 4. First career win in the Sportsman Modified division for Keith.
Keith, come on over.
Hey, we've worked hard for this for about 7 months.
All right, Keith, nice job. You and I talked before the races, and you said the new number hopefully was going to help. It certainly helped. Talk about the car tonight. It was certainly dominating in the heat race, and then it just carried over into the feature.
Well, a few weeks ago, we totaled our other car, and this car had actually been sitting outside the garage on a trailer with a tarp on it. Should have built this car to begin with. This thing's been a rocket since we took it off the trailer.
Quite a while there. You had to wait for the delay up in turn number 4. Did the car change at all from the first couple of laps that you raced to the end?
Well, it started to get a little tight, but it came back after a couple of laps.
All right, well, nice job, and I assume number 4 is going to stay on the car, huh?
I think so.
Nice job, Keith. He picks up first career win in the Sportsman Modified division.
One for Robin Wood. Final row, car number 55, that is Austin McKiernan. He is from Mariah, first time out on board the number 68 this year. That is Dave Paya. He is from Milton, Vermont with the number 68. Green flag is out. We're racing, and out front it is Chris Frenier in the 93. Here comes Larry Underwood in car number 73 on the outside. Underwood going for the lead on the outside as they're 3 wide. Jamie Begor working the extreme outside line. He was 3 wide around the top as he looks to move. Oh, look out, we got a car rolling up on its roof. It's Casey St. Clair crashing hard up into turn number 1. Robin Wood was right behind in the 61. Bucko Branham in car number 20 was also right behind. He comes to a stop right over by car number 56. As Bucko is quickly out of his car, he's going to go over and check on Casey St. Clair to make sure that he is okay. And Casey St. Clair is out of the car, quickly out of the car. So that is good news. Casey St. Clair is out of his car and he is walking back towards the garage area. Scores 19, Bucko Branham's 20. Austin McKiernan's in the 55, 68 is Dave Paya. And the 61, Robin Wood. All right, ready to go. None complete. 30 laps. The distance, green flag. And the field is off and running into turns 1 and 2. Sean Duquette is 3 wide down the backstretch. He's to the inside of Brandon Atkins. And Jamie Begor makes it 3 wide, way down the inside line. Oh, look at the inside line move. That inside line did come to life. 3 wide still on the front stretch. Brandon Atkins meeting a sandwich. As Dylan Paye's on the top of the racetrack. Everybody wanted to get down to the inside line. Out front, it is Cody Myers in the 75, but the focus is towards the middle of the pack. That's where everybody is trying to get position and try to make their way towards the front. Right now, Brandon Atkins has that inside line sealed up a little bit as he's at the door of Sean Duquette. And the 3 of Danny Sullivan right behind him, trying to get to the back bumper. Atkins running pretty well now on the outside line with a 4. Dave Raptoy trying to come through on the inside and get to second. Here comes Dave Raptoy. He's got the second spot. Cody Myers in car number 75 running out front. And he has a pretty comfortable lead right now. 3 wide off 2, maybe? Yeah, it sure is. Down the backstretch, 3 wide. Sean Duquette says, why not? He's on the inside, Paye in the middle. And then it's a 93 of Frenier up top. They make it work. Still 3 wide coming off 4 down the front stretch. Begor on the inside. Again, the 93 going backwards. He's got some sheet metal that's flopping in the wind on the right rear of that number 93 car. Bucko Branham right on the back bumper of Jamie Begor. He's moving right with him towards the front. Begor is following Sean Duquette towards the front and working that inside line. Out front is Cody Myers. Now, would this be a story or what? If Cody Myers could go on to a victory tonight, that'd be pretty cool. And what an upset it would be. Cody Myers leading, but chasing him down, Larry Underwood. The Milton, Vermont driver, Begor wants to go. He's on the outside now. Begor has moved around Dave Raptoy. He's moved around Sean Duquette, and he's closing in on the back bumper of the 07 at Paye. Look who's going with him. The Professor, Bucko Branham in car 20 is in the 5th spot. Don't count out Robin Wood either. Sean Duquette making a move now. He's down on the inside line. Danny Sullivan's trying to roll that 3 car down on the inside as well. The leader is Cody Myers. Bucko Branham wants to go to the outside of Jamie Begor. They're side by side racing for position over in turn number 2. Branham's on the outside. Begor's down on the inside. Meanwhile, for the lead, here comes Larry Underwood. Larry Underwood in car number 73 goes to lead on the inside line. Dylan Paye trying to get to second. 3 wide down the front stretch. A little contact that time off of turn number 4. Bucko Branham in the 20 slides down right in front of Jamie Begor. He gets to third. Cody Myers in car number 75 on the outside. Here comes Jamie Begor to the inside for the 4th position. Now it's Bucko Branham eyeing the inside line, trying to get underneath the 07 to Dylan Paye. Paye holds him off for now. Larry Underwood has the lead in the 73. Paye runs in the 2nd spot. He's working the middle line. Working strong down on the inside is the 20 of Bucko Branham. Branham in the 3rd spot. Begor runs in 4th. 5th, it's Sean Duquette. 6th right now, Cody Myers. 7th is the 3 of Danny Sullivan. Running in 8th, it is Robin Wood in car number 61. 10 laps complete, 20 laps remain. Dylan Paye in car number 07. Still, the middle of the top line is where he wants to be. Trying to chase down Larry Underwood. Closing on that 2nd spot is car number 20 and Bucko Branham. Branham is down on the inside off of turn number 4. Can't quite get the 2nd spot, not yet. Dylan Paye holding on to the 2nd position. They run door to door off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Larry Underwood leading. Bucko Branham has the nose in front for that 2nd spot. Dylan Paye on the outside, not going away without a fight. Here he comes off of turn number 4, taking it right up to the wall down the line, and it was still Paye by about a foot. Paye holding on to the 2nd spot. Branham runs well over in turn number 2. Jamie Begor closing in on that battle. Begor, he's going to move down to the inside line. He's got Sean Duquette right on his back bumper. They're closing in on the leader, Larry Underwood. It is Bucko Branham this time in the 2nd spot down the line. Yes, he had it by inches. Bucko Branham moves officially into the 2nd spot, but Dylan Paye comes back after him. Side by side racing for 2nd. Fine with Larry Underwood. He'd like them to battle for about 17 more laps for the 2nd spot. Meanwhile, he'll be able to maintain the advantage out front, but the battle is done. Branham has the 2nd position. He can run wherever he wants now. Larry Underwood about to feel the heat of Bucko Branham in car number 20. Branham looking for his 2nd victory this season, has the nose underneath car number 73. Both drivers out front have 1 win this year. Bucko Branham makes quick work of Larry Underwood on the inside. He's got the lead. Halfway in this one. Bucko Branham showing the way on the inside. Larry Underwood coming back after him on the top. Off of 2 and down the backstretch. Larry Underwood with him, but it's still Branham by a nose. Into 3 and 4. Branham stays in it deeper. Underwood tries to come back after him on the outside. Not going to be enough. Bucko Branham has the lead. He can go wherever he wants. Off into turn number 1, working the inside line. Now it's Underwood in the 73 in 2nd. Jamie Begor going after the 07 to Paye on the outside. Dylan Paye's car wanted to work on top of the racetrack. Jamie Begor wanted to go to the top of the racetrack. That's where he is. Now Paye perhaps trying to get to the inside of Larry Underwood. No, can't quite get there because Begor's at his door and Paye can't quite get underneath car number 73 and Larry Underwood. Jamie Begor still trying to finish the pass of the 07. The 07 still has the nose underneath the 19 car for that 3rd spot. 3 wide off of turn number 4. 2nd. Jamie Begor coming through. Begor threads the needle. Can he chase down Bucko Branham? We saw earlier Branham made what might be a winning move in traffic as he dove down underneath the number 19 coming off of turn number 4. He got position, and he has used that position ever since to run with a lead. Jamie Begor off of turn number 4. We'll check the lap times. Branham, lap time 18.691. Jamie Begor 18.75. Bucko Branham turning a faster lap time as they're 3 wide now for 3rd. Larry Underwood up top. Sean Duquette inside. Dylan Paye middle. Duquette might have backed out of it a little bit wisely on the inside line as Paye and Underwood continue to duke it out for that 3rd spot. Paye pushed up the track off of turn number 4. Dave Paya is slow in the 68. Bucko Branham, the leader, is going to move underneath the Northline Utilities 68 of Dave Paya. Following that line will also be Jamie Begor with the number 19. But the race for third could be impacted by the slower car. No, Paya takes it right up to the wall. He's out of the way. Paya in the 07, the 73 of Underwood, the 18 of Duquette in fifth. Sixth is Danny Sullivan. Seventh is Robin Wood. Chris Frenier, he is headed back to the pits with the number 93. 22 laps complete. Bucko Branham on his way to win number 2. Branham leading. Jamie Begor running in second. Third, Dylan Paya last time at the line. Then it was Larry Underwood in fourth. Fifth was Sean Duquette, but now Danny Sullivan has that fifth spot. Sean Duquette back to sixth. Seventh is Robin Wood. Eighth is Dave Raptoy. Ninth is the 4 car for Brandon Atkins. And rounding out the top 10 is car number 75 for Cody Myers. Bucko Branham, lap times very similar to Jamie Begor, just a tick quicker on the scoring monitor. We'll check it again this time with lap 24 going up on the board. 18.75 for Branham, 18.71. Make that 7.7 for Begor. So virtually identical lap times turned by the 20 and the 19. Identical lap times with 5 laps to go is not going to get the job done tonight for Jamie Begor. Branham with 5 to go out front. And a faster lap time by almost a tenth of a second that time for the Bud Light Marcia Home sponsor number 20. Jamie Begor in second. Third, Dylan Paya. Danny Sullivan moving towards the front, trying to grab fourth right now and take that spot away from Larry Underwood. Robin Wood is trying to get the 6th position away from the 18 of Sean Duquette. Branham comfortable out front. He's got about an 8-car length advantage over Jamie Begor, and Begor's not making any headway into cutting into that lead. Begor, of course, has a very comfortable margin over the 07. He's not feeling any pressure, but at the same time, that car in front of him is getting smaller and smaller as the laps are winding down, and he is pulling away slightly each lap. 27 laps complete. Branham works down on the inside, works up towards the middle now, takes it to the wall off of turn 4. Popsicle sticks are out. There's 2 to go for Bucko Branham. And with this finish, Branham may well be back atop the points. He'll pick up 60 points for the win tonight. Right now, Robin Wood running outside the top 5, and that would chew up the 10-point deficit that Branham had coming into this race. 1 lap to go on the night, 1 lap to go for Bucko Branham. Last time around for the Professor. Branham in car number 20. Works off of turn number 2, down the backstretch. Jamie Begor still some 10 to 12 car lengths off of his back bumper. He can just about cruise home from here. Off of turn number 4, down the front stretch, checkered flag, win number 2 for the defending track champion Bucko Branham. Second goes to Jamie Begor. Third will be Dylan Paya. Fourth to Danny Sullivan. Fifth to Larry Underwood. Sixth to Sean Duquette. Seventh to Robin Wood. Eighth to Dave Raptoy. Finishing in ninth will be Brandon Atkins, and rounding out the top 10 is the 75 of Cody Myers. So it's win number...
Well, Bucko Branham takes his victory lap around the Big 8. Nice job by Dylan Paya to finish in the third place position tonight. And also nice job Jamie Begor to come home second in the Ross Funeral Home number 19. Bucko Branham pulls his... Go ahead, Rob.
All right, Bucko's climbing out of his car now. That's win number 2 for the Racing Professor in car number 20. Second win for Bucko Branham. He'll come around. We'll talk to Bucko and find out about this run tonight. First question, Bucko. We'll go back to the opening lap. You were not far behind what happened to Casey St. Clair, and I know you went over there pretty quickly. I don't think you got a chance to talk to him, but significant damage to his car, and can you tell me what you might have saw on that opening lap?
I kind of seen it coming off of 4, but I didn't know if I knew Robin was getting boxed in there, and I didn't know if Casey was just going to bounce off him and keep going, but apparently, I think when Robin let off, Casey kind of turned, and then I ran into Robin, and so I just hammered it and tried to push us all through it so we didn't have a great big pile up. And I guess the majority of it worked, but just kind of felt bad for Casey.
Significant damage to his car?
Yeah. Any rollover is bad.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your race. I think for you, the key move, you were able to, at one point, you were running right behind Jamie Bigor. I think a lot of times between yourself, Jamie, Robin, Sean Duquette, Danny Sullivan, now the way he's been running, you guys know whoever gets to the front first, advantage. And you saw a chance to make a pass at Jamie, and to me, that was the key move of the race. Talk about that move. It was coming off of turn 4, able to get down to the inside and get position on Jamie going to turn 1.
Yeah, I had an option of following Jamie, trying to get by Paye, and Paye's running great. I mean, for his first time over this year, and I knew Jamie was going to try to get underneath him, so I said it's time for me to move to the outside and take full advantage of it.
Going into the night, you last practiced at about 6:15. Did you set your car up knowing the track was probably going to change quite a bit? Did it change a bit? I guess maybe that's the better question. Did the track change much?
I couldn't tell you. I had Tommy Therian in my car for the second practice because he's going to drive it during the 500 when I run my ACT car, so I figured I'd give him some laps. So I only had one practice in this thing tonight, and I guess we made the right adjustments.
Practice overrated anyways, right?
Pretty much.
All right, nice job tonight on win 2.
Thank you.
All right,